talking about into that social security system.
To receive the minutes by email for the January 14, 2025 meeting. May I have a motion to accept the minutes as submitted?
Madam Chair, I make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Each of you guys have also received the payment of claims by email. I'd like to request a motion to accept the claims.
So moved.
Is there a second? Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. And we'll hear from the utility superintendent.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Tonight, the Utilities is seeking approval of task order number 3 with American Structure Point in the not-to-exceed amount of $46,835 to begin the Lawrence Harrison Point Apartments I&I study. As we've done in the past since 2023, we have specific private sewer complexes that discharge into the City of Lawrence sewer. These areas that are called out in the AOC, the Agreed Order on Consent from the EPA, they discharge directly in these areas, so we've started focusing on them first so we can remove the I&I from the system to prevent the overflows. This is another apartment complex we want to take a look at, investigate, and see how much they're contributing to the I&I that goes into the system in that area. That's basically what this task order is for, so we can start that investigation. We then present that to the management and owners of the apartment complex, and then we start a timeline to rectify and make improvements to reduce that I&I. The utility also continues to work on, or to work with our RPR from VS Engineering and Mr. Antrim in getting the Brookside Park Phase 2 Water Main Project Improvements Project completed and closed out. I'll continue to keep you guys updated as new information is forthcoming on that. The utility continues to work with Aegis BLN Engineering in getting the 2 new production wells in the Fort Harrison well field, along with the necessary bridge upgrades completed with design and with the intent to put the project out for bid later on 2025 this year. We're seeking approval of a resolution to dispose of surplus property, which includes a wood table, metal desk, and a map cabinet. All 3 are in disrepair and just taking up room at the shops. We'd like to be able to dispose of those properly. Also in the packet that was sent out to you for this meeting tonight, there's a recommendation letter from Mayor Whitfield recommending to the board to appoint me as the superintendent for the utilities, removing the interim from my title if this board so wishes. We also have 3 account adjustments on the agenda tonight for approval. The third one, as Ms. Boyd asked the last meeting, was over $1,000. We gave an explanation. Excuse me. This was a 2-month bill that the leak ran.
Okay.
They've had it fixed. We've checked the meter, and the usage is back down to normal.
Okay. Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes, any discussion, thoughts?
where are we at with Maplewood? I know we were doing a study on.
Still ongoing with them. They've performed, we just had a progress meeting, or we're getting ready to have a progress meeting with them. They sent us some spreadsheets with all the improvements they've done that needed to be done with, replacing lateral caps, trying to tighten it up. We're, in our next meeting, we're gonna get the progress up to speed and see where we're at, make sure they're focusing on the high priority items that we identified and what investigation we could do. When we did that investigation, the sewer system was so bad in there, we couldn't televise all the lines, root balls, offset pipe. So we're ongoing with that. They're making progress, but it's still an ongoing project.
Are they contributing a lot of storm water to the system?
That's the main focus, is the I&I that they're contributing is very sizable.
I can picture the tree root thing and all that being its age, but.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And those problems go all the way back to 1980s, that engineer in the city has been working with that mobile home park.
Huh. Okay.
But we're moving forward now.
So are they planning on taking care of all those necessary repairs, or do we gotta help?
It is our intent to make sure that they do. We do have a effluent flow meter on that line, and if it becomes necessary, we will start charging them for the excess water that, versus what we sell to them in potable water versus what they're putting out.
Good idea, thank you.
Has there been any complaints about a peculiar smell during the sewers? I had.
In that area,
Yeah.
not that we've been made aware of,
Okay.
no.
Any other discussion? Nothing? Thank you. Okay, we have some unfinished business, and we need to accept nominations for the chair and co-chair for the Utility Service Board. Floor is open.
Madam Chair, can I make a recommendation if I can? Can we vote the same president and vice president again at once, or do we have to do them separately?
You can do them together.
Are you okay with that?
I am okay with that. Thank you.
I make the motion. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay,
Make a motion to retain the same president and vice president.
thank you. Is there a second?
Chair and co-chair.
Co-chair, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
I second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carry, aye. Awesome, thank you. I appreciate that. Under new business, may I have an approval for resolution number 1, 2025, declaring certain property to be surplus and authorizing disposal? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Approval of task order number 3 from American Structure Point Incorporated for the Harrison Point Apartment. Is it I&I?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, study not to exceed $46,835. Is there a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Who second? All right, okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Approval of appointment of utility superintendent. May I? Go
Madam
ahead.
Chair, I make the motion to make Paul Warner our superintendent.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you.
Yeah. And accounts adjustments. The approval of sanitary sewer adjustment at 4822 North Richard Avenue in the amount of $338.30 due to a leak at the spigot. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I'm sorry, who was the first one to approve it? You, okay, thank you.
Okay. Approval of sanitary sewer adjustment at 5315 Grapevine Drive for $356.86 due to the service line leak. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second, please?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Approval of a sanitary sewer adjustment at 7142 Drewster Drive in the amount of $1,965.36 due to a service line leak reflecting 2 months of service. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Remonstration of ratepayer dispute regarding disconnect notice? None. Citizens' comments? None. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.